Today is Tuesday, the 7th of March, and this is from the South. Former Argentine President Cristina Fernandez denied allegations of money laundering and bribery during a court hearing in Buenos Aires earlier today. The former president refused to verbally testify in court, giving a written statement instead. Fernandez stated her persecution was led by a propaganda apparatus comparable only to totalitarian governments. She left court without making statements to the press. A forum in Mexico's Senate has weighed in on the plight of undocumented migrants in the United States. The forum brought together lawmakers, activists, and deportees to hear various opinions and potential solutions to help undocumented citizens living in the U.S. Agustin Escobar from Mexico's Migrants Research Group CIDE blamed U.S. policy for creating millions of undocumented migrants. New evidence shows that Odebrecht, Brazil's largest construction company involved in a worldwide bribery scandal, contributed to the 2014 presidential campaigns. According to the country's attorney general, the company contributed to the campaigns of current Colombian President Juan Manuel Santos and his opponent Oscar Ivan Zuluaga. Attorney General Nestor Humberto Martinez said the allegations came after new evidence surfaced. Brazil's worst ever recession intensified unexpectedly in the final quarter of 2016, according to data. This has frustrated hopes for signs of a recovery and steps up pressure on President Michel Temer and the central bank to do more to promote growth. Brazil's gross domestic product contracted by 3.6% last year, following a 3.8% drop in 2015. Panama's former military dictator Manuel Noriega underwent surgery earlier Tuesday to remove a benign brain tumor. Noriega is recovering in an intensive care ward in a hospital located in Panama City. Noriega was a military intelligence officer who long worked for the CIA. He ruled Panama from 1983 until U.S. forces invaded in 1989 to topple and capture him. Noriega's family hopes the 83-year-old's recovery will prevent his return to prison. Dozens of demonstrators protested against President Donald Trump's revised travel ban outside the headquarters for the U.S. Customs and Border Protection in Washington. Many of the demonstrators believe the revised executive order unfairly targets Muslims. They also oppose the president's plan to build a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border. Hungary has approved plans to detain refugees and migrants in camps on its border. According to the United Nations, this step violates European Union law and will have a terrible physical and psychological impact on asylum seekers. Migrants whose applicants are not immediately approved will only be able to leave the camps outward towards Serbia. Italian farmers from regions hit by earthquakes brought their sheep to Rome to protest against what they see as slow efforts to reconstruct. The farmers argue the government has failed to provide the necessary support. Over 10,000 farm animals were killed and injured in damage caused by the earthquakes, and some 80% of the animals need shelter. Iraqi state forces fighting to drive Islamic State group militants from western Mosul have recaptured a complex of government buildings. Among the recaptured buildings was the Justice Ministry's Department of Juvenile Rehabilitation, its facade covered in bullet holes. The breakthrough paves the way for the U.S.-backed forces to attack the militants in the old city of Mosul. Brazilian soccer team Chapecoense took to the pitch in Venezuela on Monday to train for their Libertadores Cup debut. 3 months ago, a plane crashed en route to Colombia and killed most of the team. The club signed new players and a new coach and played its first match at the end of January. More on these and other stories on our website telesurtv.net/English.